Alright, we're going to do an unboxing video. First one. Well, first video, first unboxing video. Same thing. We get Darth Vader there for some lights. You can see him hanging out there. And we're going to be doing this on our lovely dining room table because it's the only space I got here. Alright, let's take a look. Let's cut into this. Now, this is a TFL c1610, something like that. It's a Chinese company. I've seen a few on YouTube, but I've never seen their monster truck, and that's what's actually supposed to be in this box. So let's find out what's in it. And I have no idea if it's going to be a kit, or it's going to be a roller, or it's going to be complete. The box is actually, you can tell, it's quite long, so if it's complete, it's a hell of a long one. So it might be RTR. Let's see. This bent back, and there we go. Oh, they actually got a name on it. It's not the c1610. I'll just slide that out, and you can get a look at it there. You can see it's actually called Bigfoot. TFL Bigfoot Mammoth. So they got several names on it. I'll just put our box over here. They do have several names on it. Not much else on the box. We got a big TFL on this side. We got their TFLracing.com on the bottom. Well, that's about it, folks. So let's see what we gotta do. Oh, there's no tape. There's no nothing. You can just pull on that, and it folds back, and it's actually a complete truck. So let's take a look here. Hopefully it does have protective film on it. That's good. That's good to know. All right. So first thing we're gonna get out, we actually have the tires, and they're weighty. That's a weighty item. And the next piece is actually our truck. Slip that over there. We got another set of tires, and we get some manuals. Now, I didn't get the RTR because I have so many pieces for cars sitting around that I have so many pieces sitting around that getting an RTR is just more junk. But as you can see, how did it arrive? What kind of shape? It's got a protective film, but you can see it's all frayed. Alright, I'm glad they're doing drilling upstairs. That's really useful. Let's pull the clips off. Let's see what we got underneath. Kind of interesting thing going on at the back there. You can see these double body mounts. Now, I don't know if they did that on purpose or they just drilled the wrong holes. Right, let's slide it over. And there is, oh man, that's actually quite light. There is the chassis. Let's get some shocks already on. Totally different than what was in the picture. If you look at it online. That's the mount for the servo, for the front steering. So everything is metal and carbon fiber. So we got carbon fiber rails. There's our big flywheel. Looks like a slipper clutch in there. We mount the motor. Some really beefy axles. Branded TFL. No play in them, so that's nice. And I don't know if you can see that on camera, but that's lock diff. Lock diff in the rear and lock diff in the front. So you got the nice big TFL plates there, and I guess everything's locked up. So I guess we should throw some tires on and see what this thing looks like with tires. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, there are tires. So, tires, big pack, big heavy pack of tires already on the rims, which is kind of interesting, and those are full CNC aluminum. And it looks like they have a standard, 12mm hex on the back. All CNC'd. I thought they'd be bead locked, but they're actually not bead locked on this side, and they are bead locked on the back. So half bead locked. Some nice foams in there. Actually quite a nice tire. So let's get these bolts off. I'm hoping the studs on these are long enough and they look too short. Alright, because I do have a set of big tires. Let's hope to put on this. Let's just slide that in. I do have a set of 2.6s Clodbuster size tires. And I was hoping to mount on something. Alright. In it goes. There we go. So it is quite long. It's about 300 millimeters from back to front. The wheels, I think they're the same size. I think they're 2.2s. I think they're about the same size that comes on the SMT10. It's got quite a bit of travel. I don't think there's anything in those shocks. Now this company, TFL, they make a lot of aftermarket parts for like the axial rate. I have a feeling this is a lot based on what they build for axial. Alright, that's not nearly as satisfying to pull off as I was hoping. Oh, but we got her all nice and shiny. But once again, they got the dual holes at the back there. What the hell? Why would you do that? You intentionally made it kind of prone to breakage, but it's really thick. It's quite a thick shell. Maybe the post can go in different spots now. Yeah, I guess you could shorten the wheelbase. Alright, we'll throw the body on there. There's the body. And there's the truck. We'll take a couple of close-ups in a moment. We can take a look there. It's got a lot of roll in the suspension. Pretty good steering. It's going to catch the body a bit. Could use adjustment, I guess only to make it lower. All these different holes there. You can change these posts somewhat. Let's take a look at the manual. Let's drop that on. Oh, there's steel as well, or metal, aluminum as well. They run different heights. It's really quite good. That's where you put your radio box. Everything's aluminum or carbon fiber, the entire thing. The only thing that's plastic I can see is the little ends on the linkage on the steering knuckles. Alright, let's see. What did they send me? Picture of the C1508. Inside they have the T10 Pro and Wraith. There we go. Wraith option parts. Yeti XL option parts and CX10 option parts. So that's what they're primarily doing, is selling parts. And they do have wheels in here with beadlock rings, lots of wheels, some tools, a really cheap stand, stuff like that. So that's just kind of advertising there. They get their axles, a couple of their vehicles. Alright, what else did we get in the box? Oh, more tools. I guess they make quite a bit of tools. I noticed on their website, on their Taobao shop, they do sell quite a few boats. And not much in the way of documentation. Here it's called the T10 Pro, which is actually, see that, T10 Pro, which is actually a different truck. And I guess they assume this thing is pretty much the same. all their vehicles have the same frame, it seems. So we get a couple of pictures about body mounts, receiver installation. We get a blow up of different vehicle, and then a special C1400182 T10 Pro installation of the side plates. All these numbers, I don't even know what they mean, because according to the box, we can get the box back out here again. According to the box, this is a Bigfoot Mammoth. Alright, so what do I think so far? Well, I think it's going to be quite a sturdy vehicle. It's really interesting. You can probably see it better now. But, it's really interesting that it comes with locked diffs, because most things come with open diffs. It is very, very long. I can actually bring another vehicle out. We can do a couple comparisons. But yeah, look at that. Everything's moving. Everything's locked. That big wheel in the middle, the big spur gear, is actually plastic, but it's got a slipper on it. I'd say it's quite a truck. I think it's going to be quite a bit of fun. So how does that size comparison? Well, I'll bring out alright, so we'll get to see a couple of my other fun toys. We have that truck, and this is the CR1 from Tamiya. Let's see, the wheels are about the same wheelbase actually, a little bit longer. Let's take a look. Let's spin this off. Let's see. And you see those two, they are pretty similar in size. Maybe we can stack one on the other. Whoa, that's gonna collapse the suspension. It's got the batteries in it and everything. You can see it's pretty much the same length. Let's pull that down. That's quite a beast actually. Let's see how it compares with the bullhead, which is also kind of... Alright. So here, doesn't even fit on the table. And there's how it compares to the bullhead. I'm hoping I can put those clodbuster size wheels on the Bigfoot Mammoth c1610 TF blah 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 blah. I actually hope I can put those on. Alright, I'm gonna put these back. Let's throw this back up here. One thing I am gonna try do is I'm gonna try, well, let's try move this a little bit to get the light out of the way. You can actually see the light there. I'm gonna try put this body on. So one thing I had in mind, I'm not really liking this kind of printed, like the more I look at it, the less I like it. One, I don't like the design. I don't like the blue. I don't like that orange. Like, I don't know about you guys. The thing is, I'm actually quite particular when I do my own painting. And like around the windows, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but the painting doesn't quite match the windows. We have a line for the window here, but it's actually in the clear. Not really my thing. I mean, it's not a bad body. Definitely can bash, but let's see. I do have something I'm thinking about mounting on this, and it's a hard body. It's a Tamiya Sand Scorcher Monster Beetle body, and we may, or we may not, be able to mount that up. Let's see. Let's throw the front in this and see what we can. It is a bit short. It is a bit short. It is a bit short. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's a bit short. Yeah, it's not going to look quite right because the frame is literally so long. Alright, scratch that idea. Alright. So that's it. That's my unboxing video. My first video. First RC video, I guess. And that's the TFL C1610. I think I got the number right. Or the Bigfoot Mammoth. I forget what they called it. They're calling it something else in the instructions. It is a very interesting truck. I'll zoom in. I'll take the camera down. I'll zoom in. You'll get a close up of some of the parts on it. I'm really happy that it's got complete locked up discs. So they usually make crawlers, so I can see why they did that. They're probably used to doing crawlers. Some of these pieces are very beautiful. I was kind of hoping it would come as a kit. I like putting things together. That's why most of my cars are actually Tamiya or Kyosho kits. But this is definitely going to be a lot of fun. I got this because I couldn't get a second gen SMT10, and I wanted a modern monster truck. So we're going to try this out. Let's take a close-up look or two here, and that should be enough for our video. All right, let's pull this down. Let's take a look. There we go. There you see the big plate there on the front axle. Inside the wheels, you can see they're actually beadlock on the inside. Seams, but not on the outside. I don't know why you do that. Those nuts in the middle are actual real nuts, which is interesting. A little bit of the body there. As I said, it's not really my favorite. See the back. Pull this off. We got our receiver box, and there's the carbon frame, and you can see the thickness of the frame. It's fairly thick. All these pieces are aluminum. Like basically anything that isn't carbon is aluminum, pretty much. More carbon, aluminum. See the back axle, same as the front. That big red plate in the middle. Flip it over. I'll take a look at the bottom. This looks a bit like an axial center mount system. So we get 4-bar linkage front and back, and it's the same bars front and back, and actually upside down it stays pretty level there. These bottom links. There's the big drive shaft. It's actually quite beefy. Seems quite well made. Looks to be hardened steel. I didn't really give you a close-up of those shocks. Let's take a look. Let's flip it back around. There's the shocks that came on. I don't know what I think of them. There's the shock mount. Now we have several holes, but it seems you can only pull it up. Seems you can only pull it up somewhat. Can't make it go lower. But there are other holes. I don't know if you can see that. You can actually see through a couple holes. There might be a way to push those down. Might be a way to push those mounts down, then we'll give it even more lift on the same length of link. What do I think of those shocks? I think they're I don't think they get anything in them. They don't bounce though. They feel bouncy, but not too bouncy. They're totally sprung there. You can see the bottom links are pretty much level. I can't wait to get a motor in this. I can't wait to see what this is like. Hopefully that's a good video. As I said, it is my first one. I'd like to thank Darth Vader there. That's what else Darth has to say. Yeah, that's what Darth usually has to say. Alright, so that's my unboxing video. That's my first RC video. Like, besides little things maybe you'd see on my Facebook page. We're gonna do some work. I'm definitely not super excited about the body on this. It is its worst. I mean, it's a solid body. I do have paint remover. I think it may be printed. I just don't know what they were going for. Bunch of weird flame things, orange, blue, black, silver, bunch of lines. Complain about the body a lot. I wish it just came clear and make that look beautiful. Have some lights on it. But TFL, it's a Chinese brand. It's my first Chinese brand. All my other cars are Kyosho, or I got a Team Associated, Nomad, DB8, but most of them are Kyosho or Tamiya, except for this. And okay, so I filmed the unboxing, and now just a little follow-up, some things I figured out after the video. First thing, was the wheels. So I said they weren't attached, but you can see they all are now attached. So what was wrong was they were actually put together wrong. So it's a three-piece wheel, and they didn't bead lock the outside. So that's one thing. So I had to take them all apart. Actually, one tire was installed backwards as well. So that's typical. Well, typical of manufacturing here in China, where quality control is, I think, a four-letter word. They are still really nice. I think I said they're 2.2s. They're actually 1.9s. So they're the same, basically the same standard as most crawler tires. And I think I will put them on the CR1, the Tamiya CR1. Actually, they look really sweet on there. And I'm gonna look at putting axle extensions and putting proper big clod size monster truck tires on the TFL Bigfoot Mammoth. All right. Now, a couple other things. We'll get this truck out of the box again. A couple other things. One, set that down. One, I realized that those extra holes in the body back here, which is a terrible idea, were so you can move these mounts forward and shorten the wheelbase. I don't know why you do that, but that's why they put the holes in. I think I'm going to strip the paint on this eventually. So one thing looking through the kit, I realized in the radio box there is actually more parts in the receiver box. And I have those, or I have them. There's actually a little bag. I don't know where it went. I have so many parts here. It's actually a little bag of screws and stuff like that were in the receiver box. So I missed that in the initial video. What wasn't in the receiver box, what wasn't there, is a servo horn. So we get the whole servo mount here. Put the servo in. I have a couple Sabucks high torque servos. I think I'm going to throw in the highest torque one. So I have a couple Sabucks servos, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll throw this together, throw a motor in, and I'm like, I don't have a horn, so I can't attach the arm to the servo. So that's something they should have included. Now I know some are 24, some are 23, some are 25, but most people run 25s actually. If they'd thrown a 25 in, it wouldn't have been a bad idea. So 25 tooth servo horn. So that's not there, so I can't actually throw the servo on. I do have the servo. So this is what I plan to put in, the Savex 1256 TG. See that? So I have that. As for motors, what I think I'm going to try, because I don't want this thing to be too fast. This is a company, it's from Hong Kong. They don't make them anymore. I took this out of a different car. I made it go brushed. It's a Speed Energy 17 turn with ESC. I don't know what the amp is on the ESC, probably 80. So I plan to install that, and I also have a Hobby Wing quick run, a 10.5 turn with the sensor and ESC for that as well, and I may use that. I don't know which. 10 turns are awesome, but I find they are fast, sometimes uncontrollably fast. So I actually have a couple cars setting with the 10 turns in, and I kind of want to pull them and change them over. So what else did I want to add on? Oh yeah, these shocks. They're actually bottom. There's no cap on the top to fill oil. It's in the bottom, kind of like the old Kyosho ones. They're very narrow. Not really happy with them, so I'm looking at getting a G made slightly longer. I think these are 90 millimeter. Putting on 104, and see how that works out. All in all, though, I am very happy with the truck. We'll just set that there. When it comes to the price, what I paid a bit less because I am in China, and I paid roughly about 330 US dollars. For $330, I think this is quite a decent vehicle. If only it came with a clear shell, if people wanted it, so they can paint their own shell. So 330, lots of carbon fiber, nice axles. I did go over the bolts. A lot of them were loose, and it's metal on metal. So I think I'm going to have to pull most of the screws out and Loctite them, or I'll lose them the first time I drive it. I did look it up online, so other people sell this. So looking at Banggood or Ban GG Wood, is that how you want to say it, or Banggood? They're selling for 445 US dollars, so that's over $100 more on Banggood. And because I'm Canadian, actually, I thought I'd look it up in Canada, and I found it for sale on Amazon in Canada, and it's $1,310. That is too much. So if I actually put this in Canadian dollars for the price I paid, which is 2,350 Chinese RMB or yuan, that's 453 Canadian dollars. So literally, it's almost $1,000 more. That's too much, guys. If I paid $1,400 for this, I'd be rather upset. Like, no lights. If you actually look at the picture, they sell it with like stickers for lights and stuff like that. I didn't get those. This horrible. The more I look at how they painted how they printed the lines around the windows, it's horrible. They should just went with a much simpler design instead of trying to make it. I don't know what they were trying to do. And this printing is really cheap, and actually if I use my thumbnail I can scratch off the paint. There's actually little nicks there in the front. Yeah, so no servo horn. I don't know what the pitch on this big spur is, but they actually in the parts bag, wherever I put it, I don't know where I put it, they do have the spur gear and stuff like that, so that's good. So at least I have that. I think I may put new shocks. As for the shock mounts, I did some closer looking. It can be lowered, so I can lengthen those down. Should be pretty fun. It all depends on how it runs. So we'll build it up. We'll use the Savax. We'll use the Speed Energy brushless, and we'll use the standard tires, and we'll leave the body the same and see how it runs. If it's not too fast, then we'll probably keep it that way. If it seems a bit slow, I'll throw the 10.5 turn in. It's got sensors, so if I actually want to do any crawling, that would be better, but I don't think a 10.5 turn. My other crawler has a 27.5 turn censored, so that works actually quite good. And it's got turbo, so I put in a race ESC on that, and it actually has turbo, so they can go like a bat out of hell. Go like a bat out of hell if you wanted to, if you just tap the the trigger twice. Another thing, the battery tray's in the back. I don't know if you can actually see the battery tray there. Battery tray's in the back. Doesn't come with straps. So there's just like little details. So that, like, if this was manufactured in for a Western market, which it's not, it's definitely manufactured for China. I bought it here. Another good thing besides paying way less money for it here is I can get replacement parts. I can get the axles. I can get the struts. I can get everything. So that's about all I have to say. So what I'm going to do, I'm waiting for this servo horn to come. I probably have one I can just throw on, but I'll have a look later. Wait for the servo horn to come. We'll actually throw some electronics in this. We'll take it out and run it and just see how it drives. I'm kind of interested how it will jump. I'm not really thinking those shocks, those dampers will stay on. I'll probably upgrade those. I really like nice dampers. As far as the rest of the truck, we'll see how it runs stock, and then we'll look at new dampers, stripping the printing. I think like paint strippers should take that printing off the body, stripping it down to nothing, getting rid of those other mounting holes because it just weakens everything. I have some solutions for that. And probably putting the axle extenders on so I can put on big clod tires. So we'll run it, we'll put it together, we'll do another video, we'll run it stock, talk about it, and then I'll mod the hell out of it, and then we'll see what I can do. I'm kind of interested, like, how will this thing jump? It's obviously on a crawler chassis. It's not made for jumping, and jumping tends to break things, so it'd be kind of interesting. It's carbon fiber and it's aluminum. It's not like there's some cheap plastic part that will break. It'll be kind of interesting to see how this will jump. Alright, thanks a lot for watching. First video ever. Good luck out there. Drive safe.